Okay, everybody, welcome to All2ReelToo. Okay. Anyways, I'm your host, Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
Matthew Sizzle Steak. Sizzler.
Matthew Sizzler Steak.
Yeah. I changed it legally.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Do I feel like we went back in time?
Yes.
I feel like we were having this conversation.
So a little behind the scenes here. We actually just recorded this episode. Not all of it, but started it and realized that the record button wasn't on. So we thought we were recording. So we weren't. So we're trying again here. I do see that the red light is on now.
Right.
So we are recording.
Cool.
So, okay. Yes. Technical difficulties. More like mystical difficulties. So this week, we are covering yet another direct-to-video sequel because we love ourselves. Mm-hmm. And this week it is the 2002 film Slapshot 2: Breaking the Ice, which is the sequel to the late 70s Paul Newman much better movie called Slapshot. This one is directed by Steve Boyum and written by Broderick Miller, based on characters created by Nancy Dowd from the first film. Steve Boyum, who is a stunt coordinator for movies like Apocalypse Now, Lethal Weapon, some of the Mighty Duck movies, so other hockey stuff. He's directed episodes of the Lethal Weapon TV series, Rush Hour TV series. He also directed the Disney films Meet the Deedles and Johnny Tsunami, as well as a future film that we will cover on this, Time Cop 2: The Berlin Decision, which I really want to cover because it's a doozy. It's actually fun to watch, that one. So we'll get to that one in the future, folks. This movie stars the brilliant, neglected by the Academy, Stephen Baldwin.
Yep. The best Baldwin.
Yes.
Best one.
Mm-hmm. He's groovy like a 10-cent movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. And he it also stars Gary Busey, along with the Hanson brothers from the original movie. They come back. They're the only characters and actors that come back. Played again by David Hanson and the Carlson brothers, Jeff and Steve.
Yep.
So
still beating people up with their helmets off.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they are, and wearing their nice nerdy glasses and their long hair, mulletish hairs. Anyways, so according to the Internet Movie Database, here is the overview of what the film is about. With the original Hanson brothers on the same minor league hockey team, the Charlestown Chiefs, they are sold to a new owner who gives them a female coach and puts them in a league in Omaha, by the way, in which they are regularly humiliated by an opposing, what they call Harlem Globetrotters-esque team. So
they call it the ice.
They're the icebreakers.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, the Omaha Icebreakers, who are made up of a bunch of like Ivy League hockey douchebags.
Yeah, pretty much just like
these, who are obviously played by Canadian actors trying to pretend that they're American. By the way,
anyways, and then making fun of Canadian one of the
accents.
Characters. Yeah, that was Canadian.
Yeah,
which is interesting, funny.
But
thing.
They had heavy accents themselves, which I think was. Yeah.
So they're paid to lose, essentially.
Yeah, they're basically paid to lose. They're kind of like the Washington team that plays the what is it? The Washington is it the Generals or the
Sentinels,
something like that. Yeah, that play the that play the Harlem Globetrotters and lose all the time. Basically, I mean, they win a few times here and there, but I think they just throw them a bone once in a while and let them win. But yeah. So we start out with a bunch of profanity and randomness from the wonderful Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah,
being interviewed in a locker room.
He's like, you know, telling about like what real hockey's about and all this kind of stuff.
Hey, you gotta play real hockey, real man hockey.
Sometimes it gets violent, but you know, whatever, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Yeah.
And so what happens is the team ends up getting sold, so the former owner of the team tells his character of
just call him Stephen Baldwin. That's who he is.
Well, his name is Sean. Sean Linden is the character's name. The owner tells him that he sold the team to this guy that owns a bunch of like family entertainment channels. Kind of almost a Rupert Murdoch sort of character, played by the brilliant Gary Busey. His best performance since the Buddy Holly story.
Yeah, it is. That's perfect.
Yes, I believed him so much. I mean, I felt his pain and his anger and his evilness.
His evilness, which should have been reserved for someone who truly was evil and had like a plan for world domination. Instead, it's because he wants to buy another family channel or something like that.
He's playing the character like he's a Bond villain.
Yeah.
Trying to take over the world.
These are very low stakes here in this situation, but he treats this like with the attitude of like taking over the world.
Yeah, it's like
I gotta get these family channel guys. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I want to get their endorsements. It's like, okay, cool, but you do realize that like this isn't.
if this thing fails or succeeds, it's not gonna affect the world one way or the other. Honestly. I'm just saying. And so they play the whole movie like this, like it's these big stakes that, playing real hockey as opposed to playing, this Broadway directed hockey is somehow less cool. I mean, I get it, if you're a hockey purist, but if somebody's paying you money, my feeling is, I know you can sell out, sure, but my thing is if I'm offered millions of dollars or, or hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever, I'm gonna, do what they say.
Especially
maybe.
If he's got all these bill collectors after him. Plus, too, like you were saying when we were watching the movie, like even though he's being portrayed as like this like evil Bond villain, like in some ways though he's like completely bending over backwards to like keep people from leaving the team. Because like they're already just from starting out. They were going to be being paid double their salary from when they were the Chiefs, and then they got changed to Super Chiefs, so they're getting double their salary, and then he offered to double salary, so now they're getting quadruple salary than what they were before. And yet though, like he's also portraying himself as like this Bond villain type thing.
And you're still doing something related to what you want to do. It's not like they all of a sudden said, hey, we want you to do porn.
Right.
I'm just
on ice.
On ice. No, it wasn't like something completely different and where it's going to totally, change things. It'd be like, a filmmaker being asked to direct a Coke commercial or something, or a Pepsi commercial. It's not like you're
K. Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
You've had a good career.
Yes.
But you're going to go out on a high note here to do like a Sprite commercial.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And they offer him like more than he got paid to do, Goodfellas or something.
Right.
I mean, sure, he's going to.
It's like, here you go. We'll pay you like $500 million to do this one commercial. No.
I think Scorsese would do it.
I think he would. And he would make jokes about it. Like, yeah, whatever. I made this much money to do this dumb commercial.
Spike Lee directed Sprite commercials.
He did?
Yeah,
really?
and he also directed I think he directed like Nike commercials and stuff too. So I mean, I'm just saying, you can still be an artist and still, be true to your craft, whether it's hockey or filmmaking or painting or whatever, and still make money. I'm just saying. I'm not about capitalism, but I'm just saying sometimes you got to sell out a little just to make some money.
Just a little bit
you can pay your bills
for a little bit of time. That's the other thing too. So I guess the big catch though was that he promised that they would play real games, but
he never was going to let
So
him.
I guess there was some concern about.
But I never even got the fact that they weren't going to let him because we only saw a few games.
Well, that's the problem.
Movie, so.
Is that they every time they were making any kind of progress, like doing what they were supposed to do, they would get into a huge fight on ice. So that would just set them back to where they started.
Yeah.
So then, of course, the guy's gonna like punish them by not letting them play real games. Like, you guys are kind of your own worst enemies here in this situation. So
honestly, the Richard Claremont character that Gary Busey plays is the hero of this film.
Yes. Yeah, no.
I'm joking.
No, he's still the bad guy, but they're kind of like idiots for not even trying to play along a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what we skipped over a lot, I think.
Yeah, we did. We were just kind of getting into the meat of things.
Yeah.
But basically, so there's this female that is hired as their new coach.
Oh, this is a big deal too. Oh my God, fucking chick's our coach.
Yeah.
Oh man, what does she know about hockey? Goddamn woman. Yeah,
she's got boobs and a vagina. She don't know hockey.
She got a nice ass though. It's like, okay, she's your coach. You're not allowed to talk to your coach like that. She's your boss.
Yeah.
So someone's got authority over you. You don't.
Well, yeah, this is 2002.
Even if it was, I don't care if it was 1902.
No, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that in films, this was kind of standard.
It is, but that's what bothers me about that, where it's like, it's just the lack of, I guess for me, I don't like, I really dislike lack of professionalism.
Oh, I do
Like,
too.
if someone's got authority over you, I mean, even though if I might hate it, I'm not gonna like treat this person like they're just like my best buddy or whatever. Like,
no, and
especially if it's a coach or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
if you're treating your boss like that, it's not cool. I mean, you can be friendly with your boss, but you can't be saying that he or she has a nice ass.
Nice ass was great set of legs was the other comment. If we could stump you on this stupid hockey trivia that no one cares about, you gotta show us your tits. Yeah, dumb bullshit.
So basically, anyways, they're sold off to this guy, and they're relocated to Omaha.
Yeah,
somewhere in Middle America.
It's Nebraska, but
getting right to the heart of matters.
No,
it's the heart that matters more.
No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry, that's a Counting Crows song.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Just called Omaha. Anyways, hopefully they don't sue us for copyright.
No.
Anyways,
no, you're like a super fan.
Yes, I am.
So,
shout out to Adam Duritz. Anyways, they have to go to Omaha, and they are playing this other team called the Icebreakers, the Omaha Icebreakers, which are the Globetrotter-esque team that are made up of a bunch of actors who did I say this already about their accents?
Their accents are Canadian.
Yeah,
and they make fun of one of the characters from the other team for being
Canadian. Yeah. They're all like Yale douchebags.
They're just these
all these Yale douchebags named Skipper and Trent. And,
like these typical names that you would.
But only one of them ever talks.
No offense to the other.
Skipper's the only one that ever talks.
Everyone else just makes faces.
Yeah.
Or at one point, the guy gave someone the middle finger. That was about the only communication other than him. Oh, and they all get sick because just like in the American Pie Presents Band Camp, we got the old drugging the other team with really dangerous amounts of Viagra that could actually probably cause cardiac arrest.
Yeah, it's some kind of penis pills of some sort, either Viagra or generic or whatever it is. They put them in this orange juice for this big celebrity bachelor auction that the Icebreakers have to go to, and one of the guys on the now called Super Chiefs team that used to be the Chiefs, they decided to call them Super Chiefs because Chiefs was offensive, and that's what they're worried about. Anyways,
but Super Chiefs means they're extra chiefs, so it'd be equally more offensive than.
No, they were saying that a super chief is a type of train.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's
okay,
but
they probably named the train after.
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
we're not going to go
there.
But so they put these penis pills in some orange juice that these guys eat that these guys drink at a breakfast or brunch or whatever that they're having right before the thing. And the guys are all up on stage and they all get hard-ons.
And then the old ladies.
There's all old ladies betting on them, or not betting. I mean, or
whatever,
bidding on them, not betting.
And they keep raising more money because they want that D. These 80-year-old women. They hey, it doesn't matter just because they're 80.
The one woman unplugs the other woman's oxygen tank, so she can't bid anymore.
Oh, like the kids say, or they did 2 years ago. The thirst is real. Did I say that right? I'm not even sure if that's even the phrase or not.
I don't think I've ever heard this phrase in my life, so I don't know.
Thirsty is a big thing now that people say.
Well, I understand that, but I didn't.
Yeah,
the thirst is real.
I think it's a stupid.
That sounds like that should be the ad for the Martin Scorsese
it should be.
Sprite commercial. The thirst is real.
It should be. It's got a double meaning though. But I can just see it now. I can see the whole.
And then you got like Robert De Niro reprising his role from Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Did you ever notice that Robert De Niro played a lot of stalkers in movies?
No, I mean I only saw that one where he was a stalker.
He was in Cape Fear as a stalker.
Okay, yeah, all right.
He was in that. He was in The Fan.
I didn't see that one. Is that with Wesley Snipes?
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
He basically is a guy that's like a super fan of Wesley Snipes who's playing for a Major League Baseball team, and he's like stalking him and stuff.
Doesn't he like kidnap his daughter or something?
I don't. It's been years since I've seen it, but I just remember he was a stalker in it. And then King of Comedy, which is another Scorsese film, he basically is like obsessed with Jerry Lewis's like Johnny Carson type character that he starts stalking and stuff. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. Yeah, that's at least 4 movies. There's probably more.
In Goodfellas, he starts stalking Ray Liotta's wife at one point. I mean, that's not his main role in the movie, but he because he tries to like get her killed inside of like some like warehouse where they got like a bunch of stolen clothing that he wants to sell to her.
Yeah,
but he's really trying to get her killed. So that's 5. We count 5 right there.
And he kind of stalks Ben Stiller and Meet the Parents. So
yeah, a little
I'm joking.
Bit. But that was because he was suspicious of him. So that I'll let that one slide.
I will too. I was just joking with that one. But anyways, back to this movie.
Yeah, this is a great movie.
Yes.
So much better than the movies we're talking about.
Yeah,
Goodfellas. And
don't ever watch Goodfellas or King of Comedy or Meet the Parents or anything. Watch
Slapshot 2.
Yes. There's no Robert De Niro in there, but there is Gary Busey, man.
Oh yeah, there is.
Another Academy Award nominated actor, I think so.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah, I think he was nominated for Buddy Holly Story.
Okay.
Which, if you haven't seen and you actually want to see if you want to see a great movie with, we might cover it for our other podcast, our All2Real podcast.
How old was he when he did that? Sorry,
he was pretty young when he did that.
Okay.
It was like in the 70s or 80s that they made that movie, and it's the best performance of his whole career, in my opinion. And then after that, it kind of went downhill.
Oh well, sometimes
but he did all of his own singing, and he looked just like Buddy Holly in the movie and everything. He was really good. Anyways, back to this masterpiece. So they they drugged. So we have drugging just like an American Pie band camp, and it's a common theme in these direct-to-video sequels.
Drugging the opposite team or whoever you're opposing. Rampant sexism. Not just comments about women, but comments to women that in 2019, if 1/100th were said to a woman like in a restaurant that were said like in this, there's a one scene alone where they probably committed about 50 sex crimes in that like 2-minute scene of
they weren't really crimes, they were harassment.
Well,
so I mean it's still a crime, but I'm just saying what I'm saying is it's not like they're going to be convicted for it.
No, I mean like they didn't physically do anything, but it's mean like like the guy literally is telling the waitress to like basically take off her shirt. Yeah. And it's like what? Like
I just wanted to be clear that, saying something to a woman, I'm not saying that it's right. It's socially wrong and it's morally wrong and stuff like that, but it's not the same as raping a woman, which is when you think of sexual or sexual assault and sexual harassment are both bad.
Okay.
But I think sexual assault is worse than.
All right,
so when I see sex crimes, I think of assault more.
All right.
I'm just saying that, but that's just my own opinion. But I think they're both just almost as bad.
Okay.
Because words can hurt just as bad as.
Right.
Right. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will hurt me, man. They will.
Okay.
They will.
Well, I'll nix then sex crime, but basically then the one guy who's kind of like he's like a sex addict kind of guy. He's telling the waitress like, "Oh, you should probably button down your shirt," but then he goes even further and says like, "She just take her shirt off," basically. I think. Yeah. And then she goes and she just like centers herself, because that's what a woman's supposed to do is just take it, type of thing. 2002, and which isn't really that long ago, but and then she goes to the next table. And then, like, one of the guys says something like, "What's the snatch of the week or the day or whatever?"
Yeah,
so that's like it's a really bad, inappropriate, mean, spirited thing. And
it was bad on several levels. And that not even funny either.
No, it wasn't even funny.
No,
but that scene alone, it was like every single character. Like male character, and besides like the dude who's got like the mental issues, he was the only one that was like actually respectful. Like, didn't even say anything, which makes him the good guy because he didn't like make a lewd comment. It was so that's the main theme in these direct to video sequels, and then there's usually homophobia. Check, we got that. Sometimes transphobia. Check, we got that. So pretty much anything that like people nowadays would think is like bad, like every single one of those things it did. But interesting, not racism. That was the only thing.
No, because they were pretty accepting of.
That was interesting.
There was an African American player on the team.
Yeah, but also they didn't make any jokes, like racial jokes. So that's like they were okay on race.
I mean, the closest they got is when they asked who the first brother to play in the NHL was, but that wasn't like racist. That was just kind of a fact,
right? So.
And but the. In the whole, like, there's a transvestite.
Oh,
what they call, thing where they're watching like Jerry Springer or something, and somebody reveals on that show that while they're in a bar, that was a whole segment of the movie that didn't need to be in there. It didn't further the plot. It didn't do anything.
It was just there to, punish transgender people. Is what like. I don't want to get too political on this stuff, but just like that's like transgender people, unfortunately, have been like the butt of like so many jokes in movies where they just need to have a laugh, basically.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's
like,
got nothing to do
like
with
Ace Ventura.
That's one of the worst ones ever. And then, but yeah, like of course Jerry Springer himself, he's totally guilty of this. He's got so many episodes of this kind of crap, and but yeah, this not only was the line unfunny and offensive, it just didn't even belong. There's no reason why it even needed to be there. It was just, this movie's too short, so we need to fill in as much crap as possible to make sure it's at least 80 minutes long. Like, that's pretty much what it was.
It's a lack of good writing in that in that part. But so like things go on between them as we go on. Do you want to take a break, Matt?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's take a break and listen to some nice little ads from our sponsors.
Cool.
For products and or services. We'll be right back here at All2ReelToo.
In the magical world of Hearth, there are wizards, there are sorcerers, and there are magi. And none of them know what they're doing.
That's how the best spells are discovered. Throw it at the wall and read the tea leaves. Or scorch marks.
Witness the wonders of magic, science, and property damage in a radio drama of phantasmical proportions.
Face my mastery over the elements!
Magus Ilgar. Now available for download wherever audiobooks are sold. Listen to the first 3 episodes for free on YouTube.
Hi, folks. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
manager Matthew Haas.
You got promoted?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay. Anyways, folks, do you like the show Superstore? I don't know. I asked the folks and nobody's answering me.
Because they're not here.
Oh,
but we love
damn it. Yeah, we love it, though. Okay, folks, if you like it as much as we do, you're really going to like the Super Story podcast, which is a podcast where Matthew and I go episode by episode and give our little opinions and thoughts on it. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. Just depends on how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And So if you like this podcast and like our little crazy banter,
then you should definitely check this out. Or I might get sad. And when I get sad, it gets pretty sad.
Yeah,
so
I can't deal with him when he's sad.
Yeah, no one can really. So
yeah. So check out Super Story Podcast right here where you get this podcast, Super Story Podcast. And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
Hope you enjoyed those products and or services.
I did. With slap back. Ooh, because a slap shot, get it, slap back.
We're back.
We're back.
With a slap.
Well, slap shot.
Yes.
The services were good and the products.
Yes.
No products more so than services, but no.
Well, no, they were both equally good.
Well, okay, maybe.
Sometimes they're both.
Yeah. Like my favorite product right now are Pop-Tarts. But if you can put that into a service as well, built-in service. Like if the Pop-Tarts did your taxes for you or something? Yeah, or if you pay someone to make you Pop-Tarts. Just someone to go in your house. If you're too lazy to open the box.
Should open up a Pop-Tart restaurant.
Yes. Ooh. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
All they do is serve Pop-Tarts.
Well, yeah, but no, they probably should do something else with it. Like make them into pies or ice cream toppings or something. I don't think that would work out if they just served Pop-Tarts.
It's just a paper plate with a couple of chocolate Pop-Tarts on it. That's it.
That's it.
We only have like 3 flavors too.
Yeah, we don't even have all of them. No. If you want to get the fucking wild berry, go get it yourself.
Yeah. Go down to the grocery store and buy it yourself.
We don't do the gimmick flavors here, okay? We do classics. Strawberry, frosted or not frosted. Though, if you're not doing frosted, there's something wrong with you. But,
yes.
Chocolate and or s'mores, preferably put together. Brown sugar, that's a classic one. Not my favorite, but it's a classic. All the new flavors? No, I don't want fucking Jolly Rancher green flavored Pop-Tarts. I don't want
A&W root beer Pop-Tarts.
No, I don't want sardine pickle relish flavored Pop-Tarts.
Those are so good,
Stop
man.
it with the gimmick shit, okay?
Those are so good. Have you had those?
No, can I go on a rant for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I know it's got nothing to do with the movie, but I'm so tired of gimmick foods. I hate it. I hate this idea. And the thing is, too, these companies who do this stuff, they've admitted themselves that the only reason why they do this is because they want to make viral videos where people will try out the shitty flavors and then film themselves on YouTube and they get free publicity. They've actually some of these companies have actually admitted that that's the only reason why, like, I'm going to make gefilte fish flavored Pringles so that some moron on YouTube is going to eat a whole
Swedish fish flavored Oreos. That's an actual thing.
That's what I'm saying. I hate it. Or the pickle, and I'm even guilty of this. The pickle juice slushy from why was I going to say Chaos? Wow. What's the name of the Sonic?
No, Sonic.
Why did I think of Chaos as the name of
because it's all chaos.
Yeah, man. I got a drive-in called Chaos. No.
What's chouse mean?
Chouse, what do you mean?
That's how chaos is spelled. The first time I ever saw it, it was on my friend. My friend had chaos on his T-shirt, and I couldn't pronounce it. And I was like, "What's chouse mean?"
What's chouse mean?
He had it was like a Jurassic Park T-shirt that said chaos on it.
Wow.
And I was like, "What's chouse mean?"
What's chouse, man?
Because I had never seen Jurassic Park at that point.
Oh my god!
Because I boycotted that movie for like 20 years.
Oh really?
So anyway, but now I love it. Anyways,
so
yeah,
we can go back to the movie, but I hate gimmick foods. I hate it.
I just want to remind people that the comments of Matt and I are only the comments of Matt and I, not the thoughts of All2ReelToo or Cullen Park Productions.
Yeah. Even though we are All2ReelToo
and Cullen Park Productions,
but our comments are only for us, not just the company that we represent, which is us. So keep that in mind.
Yes. So,
hey, corporations are people, and we're protecting the person.
Yes. So I just want to remind Oreo and Pop-Tarts and Pringles.
I'm sitting there making fun of all these companies.
I just want to remind you that if you would like to sponsor us, you can contact me at mike@cullenpark.com.
Maybe not contact me because I'm apparently have no tact.
No, I don't think they're going to sponsor us anyways.
Well, maybe in the future.
I've never listened to a podcast because I listened to a bunch of them where there was a Pop-Tart ad.
Well, that sucks. They should start doing
I know.
that.
I did hear like, there's like diaper ads and stuff for like brand name diapers, which I'm not going to mention because I don't want to give any free advertising.
I don't want to.
But it made no sense to me because the podcast that I was listening to, I'm not going to say what one it was or anything, but it was more like geared towards like technology and stuff.
Hey, maybe all these tech guys are having kids, and
that's what I'm thinking.
People.
I was just trying to figure out why I'm listening to this technology podcast, and all of a sudden I'm getting a Pampers ad or whatever it was, or Huggies or what. I don't know which brand it was, but it was just like, okay, is this really your target demo here? I don't know.
But here's the thing, though. I've been having great ideas lately for like brand stuff and like for like campaign-y stuff. I got a great campaign idea for Beto O'Rourke, the politician from Texas.
Yes.
I actually want to work on this campaign because I came up with a great freaking gimmick last night. I'm not going to say it here.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't share it with our audience.
I don't want anyone taking idea. No, I'm not. I don't trust our awesome audience. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Even though you listen to us and you're our metaphorical at this point bread and butter, I don't trust you enough to tell.
If you own a bread and or butter company and would like to sponsor All2ReelToo, please contact me at mike@cullenpark.com.
But what I'm saying though is like it was made perfect, like Pop-Tart. They call it a popcast instead of a podcast. It's a popcast. And they could do like little tiny episodes, like 5-minute episodes. Like, here's your weekly popcast from Wild Berry Pop-Tarts, the shittiest flavor of all.
Again, these are just the thoughts of Matt and I.
Okay, let's get back to the movie.
So, Slapshot 2, Breaking the Ice. Stephen Baldwin,
we're
Gary Busey.
Slap happy here.
Yes. Little Slapshot happy.
Yeah.
And so next, I mean the next big thing is there's a character named Miller, played by this actor David
Duchovny.
No, not David Duchovny.
Oh, okay.
He's got a last name, and that I can't pronounce. It's Paetkau.
Paetkau? I don't know.
Something like that.
Right.
Anyways, I've seen him in a much better hockey movie called Goon, starring Sean William Scott, written by Jay Baruchel. Anyways, and co-starring Jay Baruchel and Liev Schreiber. Anyways,
sweet.
Yeah, I highly recommend that movie. That's my own personal opinion. If you want to watch a good hockey movie, with a heart.
Hockey with a heart of gold.
Yes. But anyways, he's in that movie. But anyways, in this movie, he's kind of the one that is like thinking of trying to be the future NHL star or whatever. And he's kind of pissed that he's in this goofy league that he's in, and, so he wants to play real hockey and not, this Broadway hockey that they're doing now, which, by the way, the whole thing's choreographed and organized by a stereotypical gay character in the movie.
Even
comes
more
straight from Broadway.
Yeah, like even more flamboyantly caricatured than the dude from Will and Grace.
Yeah,
if you can imagine that. Like if you can imagine that character,
if you can imagine Jack from Will and Grace.
This is about 10 times more than that.
It's like Sean Hayes on acid. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's like their coach or whatever.
Yeah,
or something. I think he's their coach. And
and he's like written and choreographed the whole hockey game.
Yeah, for both teams.
Yes,
they're supposed to. And he's mad at the other team, the Super Chiefs, because they never really play
what they're
by
supposed
his
to
rules.
Do.
They do for a little bit, but then
which is hilarious because there's an announcer for the games.
This guy
who I love. He's like one of my favorite characters in the thing. He's got a really small part, but he'll be announcing the game, and then the Super Chiefs are changing what they're doing. And he's like, "Is there even a fucking script?" Just like,
and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is a live mic. I apologize." Because it's supposed to be no swearing, no fighting, and and he's given a script, about what's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
and then they get
into
a fight.
Is anybody reading the fucking script?
And he's like, no one ever fills me in on these things, or the Chiefs or Super Chiefs or whatever they call themselves. It kind of reminds me of the dude from Major League a
a
little
little bit like Bob Uecker, but not as good. Yeah,
crude. Yeah, not as good. But.
No, but yeah, I mean, he's one of the funny parts, and but like Miller's trying to basically become. He's the one. Was he the one that put the dick pills in the?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
he was the dude that did that. He put it in the coffee and the juice.
Yeah,
orange juice. Mm-hmm. Which again, the sheer amount that he put in the orange juice. Could have given someone cardiac arrest, but not only that, some medications, if you like mix it with certain like citrus stuff, it actually makes it more potent even. So he could have been really fucking these guys.
I know I've I mean, especially like if it was like grapefruit juice, it would have been even worse. But grapefruit juice is not good for a lot of medicines.
Yeah. So that could have been really bad for killing all these people. These not poor guys, but these guys. These
douchey guys named Trent and Skipper.
And Skipper and Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, Ethan's not. I mean, there's a lot of people. Like Ethan Hawke. I mean,
but still, there's Trent's not a bad name.
Trent Reznor.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm saying they're just stereotypical.
Yeah.
D-bag names. Anyways, so.
Oh man.
So we got to speed through this because
we're getting a little too.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
No, I will mention there was one other scene that had a funny line in it. The only funny line I really laughed at that Stephen Baldwin said was this Miller guy is sitting next to him and he's wearing like this like big chain around his neck and he's got a hat on and stuff and he's got like a tank top on and everything and sitting in this diner and he's like and he says what he'll have to the person. He says something and whatever Eminem's having or something like that.
Whatever, yeah.
So I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he called him Eminem, and I thought that was funny.
There were a few good lines in here that stood out from the rest of the monotony and weirdness.
Yeah.
The not good weirdness of it. So what else we got to say about this?
So basically what ends up happening is they fire the Hanson brothers because they're too Hanson-y.
Yeah.
And
pretty much.
They're too they fight too much and they're too crude and making fart jokes and stuff. And anyways, the Hansons go off and we find out that the Hansons won the lottery.
Yeah. Like $115 million.
Yeah. And so at one point Gary Busey's character tries to pay off Stephen Baldwin's character to basically go away after convincing the team to fall in line. And he does go away, but then he decides to come back after watching a Sports Center type show or something talking about him. And
yeah, from his past.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a really good hockey player.
And he gambled on the game or something.
Well, no, he
never gambled against himself.
He never gambled on the game, but he did have a gambling problem.
Yeah.
And
so it's kind of a Pete Rose sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Pete Rose, who should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, damn it. Sorry. You've got Ty Cobb in there. Come on. He beat up a guy in the stands and he's in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Pete Rose got his inspiration from Ty Cobb.
But still.
That's what I'm saying. If his inspiration is in there, then
and Pete Rose played Ty Cobb in a movie once too.
He did?
Yeah, like it was a made-for-TV movie about Babe Ruth or something. And he played Ty Cobb in it. So yeah. Anyways,
that's interesting.
Yeah. But he was one of the greatest baseball players who ever lived, and my favorite baseball player ever, honestly. So, side note. Anyways,
he also did that commercial for Atari Baseball.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Best commercial ever, best game ever.
No, Atari Bowling is the best game.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's slap back at this, and my puns would be a lot better if I knew anything about sports. Anyways, so basically they start to fall in line a little bit, but then Stephen Baldwin comes back after he realizes it and tells them what's up, and then he brings with him the Hanson brothers and a box full of their old jerseys. So they put on their old jerseys and they come out as the Chiefs, and they start playing real hockey and they start beating people up, and and that's when the announcer goes crazy, and then what's his face, and Gary Busey and his cohorts go kind of crazy. They're like, "What the fuck is going on here?" These American first sort of people,
these moral values,
and and then they I don't know, the Busey's like second in command sort of guy, who is like the lawyer put in charge of the Super Chiefs.
For some reason,
he sold the
team. They didn't even explain why.
He was told to just take care of it himself, and so he decided to take care of it himself, and he grew some balls.
Yeah,
and he sold the team to the Hansons,
right? Because they won so much money.
And so after things started to go well. After that, the game got high ratings or something, and
he punches.
And then that guy punches Gary Busey after he's now with the team, and then they're gonna start playing real hockey again.
Yeah.
Gordy.
Yeah, Gordy.
Yeah.
And also too, I forgot to mention that the coach, their coach, she was the granddaughter of like some really famous hockey player.
Yeah.
I forgot. Because I was gonna mention that, but then we kept talking about kinds of funny weird shit.
Basically that's why she was hired, and she used to be like a female hockey coach at some college. I can't remember, like Vassar or something.
They won like 4 out of 5 championships in a row or something like that.
But she really wants to coach in the NHL.
Yeah.
So and in the end, Stephen Baldwin and her kiss.
Of course, they got to get
together, and then the credits roll.
Yep. Best movie ever.
Yes, right up there with American Pie Bandcamp.
American Pie Bandcamp and
Tooth Fairy 2.
Tooth Fairy 2 and what was the other one?
Inspector Gadget 2?
No, the other Larry Cable guy.
Jingle All the Way 2?
Yeah, Jingle All the Way 2. Yep.
Yeah. I will tell you this. Stephen Baldwin is a better actor than Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes. What did that guy say in Jingle All the Way 2? It was mild-mannered toy store employee by day, purveyor of childhood fantasies by night.
Yes. Really creepy.
That was a really creepy line.
Oh, God, I love these movies.
Yep. Anyway. We do it, though, for you, sort of.
Yes. Or
maybe.
for ourselves.
For ourselves.
I don't know. I did read an article the other day.
Okay.
That says people who watch bad movies are more intelligent than people that don't.
Oh.
That find enjoyment out of watching bad movies.
Was that okay? But is there a caveat for that though? Because like the people who wrote these glowing reviews for not Jingle All the Tooth Fairy 2, they took enjoyment from this movies too. Mm-hmm. So does the article mean people who watch bad movies on purpose because they're bad?
Because they're bad. That's what they mean.
Okay, good.
It's not
good because there are some people there that gave that a 10 out of 10 review.
Yes.
Tooth Fairy 2. So I don't trust that.
But anyways, let's take another quick break here.
Sure.
Speaking of that, and then we'll get into some reviews of this film right after we get back from these words from our sponsors.
All right.
Hey, folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
We just wanted to tell you about our great podcast called Super. It's called All2Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
it was a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah, so we analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently, folks. You can guess which one I said which way. Anyways, so sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye. Okay, and we're back. I don't know why I just did that.
Back to the show. back. I don't know what's wrong.
Back.
I don't know what's wrong with me tonight.
Back. Back to the show. Okay, anyways,
baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. What the hell?
By the way, Chili's, if you would like to sponsor us.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, so I'm combing through here in the Internet Movie Database for some user reviews of this glorious film that we just watched. Johnny W. here gives this film a 10 out of 10. His headline is "The Puck Stops Here." Okay.
I'm already angry.
I know. This is what he says. Okay, I've always been one of those sequel is never as good as the original people, but let me tell you that Slapshot 2 Breaking the Ice is the exception to that rule. I'll probably get laughed at for this, but the original Slapshot does not even compare to this cinematic work of art.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Which is probably one of the best sequels to ever come out of Hollywood. I think this guy's joking, by the way.
I think he is.
Because then he says, as is Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Okay, yeah.
He's got to be joking.
He's start kidding.
But I'm gonna still read this, though, just because it's funny. It says, Paul Newman's performance in the original Slapshot does not hold a candle to the fine acting portrayed by the charming Stephen Baldwin. Stephen wowed us all with his role as Barney Rubble in the Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas. And he strikes again in this movie, proving that he really is Hollywood's sequel king. As if Baldwin wasn't enough reason to see this film, you have an all-star cast including A-list celebrity Gary Busey. Some are skeptical of Busey's talent, but come on, Rookie of the Year, the ginger dead man. The guy's got a resume that can't be topped by anyone in Hollywood, except for maybe Jake Busey, who obviously got the acting gene from his dad.
His son. Wow.
I own this movie on both VHS and DVD, and I'm anxiously awaiting the Blu-ray release.
Wow.
Please pick up this movie. You will not be disappointed. Better yet, it's fun for the whole family, so you can share this film with your children. My boys are 15 and 17 and love it. So pop that popcorn, take a seat, and get set for some cinematic gold. This is the best review I've ever read. I know it's a joke, but this is hilarious. Oh, God, that was great. Okay. I did find another 10 for 10.
Okay.
And it says, it's pretty good. And they gave it a 10 for 10.
You gave it the highest rating possible. It's pretty good.
It was very funny. Nothing wrong with it at all. Cut it some slack. It's got its funny parts. Sure, it's no original, but what is? It had its moments where it's dumb. The Hanson brothers add a bit of funny humor back to the movie. The original cannot be topped. Nothing can top that. It was so funny. But the sequel is not that bad. The acting could have been better, and the plot could have been funnier, but it was pretty good. Altogether, if you're a hockey fan, you can find some humor in it. There are many sports movies above this, though. Miracle is by far the best hockey movie ever made. Slapshot 2 may have been viewed as awful, but you have to go into it with an open mind. That's for sure. There's parts where it is very, very good and parts where it's awful. But come on, people. Cut it some slack and laugh about it. It's a good movie deep down. 10 out of 10.
Really, I don't think you understand how ratings work. Like,
yeah.
That's like a 6 out of 10 rating.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe 7. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe 7.
Yeah.
But 10, like, if you're going to rate something 10 out of 10, that's supposed to be a glowing review. Not, it's alright. It's not perfect, but what is? Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how you rate things, but okay.
So, let's find a bad review of this.
Sure.
Okay, here's one from Zion.
Okay.
XYON. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm just guessing.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyways, another sequel that should never have been made. Please, please, please tell me what's the point of this movie? Why make a sequel if you aren't going to be original? The plot and the jokes are pretty much recycled from the first movie. The first movie was good. It was a cult classic. The French translation of the first movie was a masterpiece. What? I still say that the French translated version of the first movie is better than the original English version. What? Both are good in their own ways. Here, though, we get a bad attempt from the dubbing company to recapture the magic of the original French translation. This person must be French.
Okay.
But their review's written in English. Anyway, French translation. But all we get is a badly translated movie. If you want my opinion, this movie belongs in the trash can along with other bad sequels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least, someone who's got some sense here.
Yes. Okay, here's another one from Frame Dog.
Where do they get these weird screen names? Frame Dog.
I don't know.
I wish I can come up with a weird screen name, but it always makes sense what I come up with. It's never a random.
I had a random one. So,
okay.
When I was like on AOL Instant Messenger, I was Byron MC Squared.
Right. But there was meaning behind it, though.
Yeah.
Maybe there's meaning behind Frame Dog, too.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. It could be, maybe that's,
maybe.
Maybe he, makes picture frames and he likes dogs.
Yeah.
Or maybe he is a dog. Who knows? This one says avoid at all costs.
Good.
This movie has no originality. Paper-thin characters and plot that missed the heart of the first movie. I don't even see how they can or would dare to call this a slapshot movie. The original was all real hockey. This is 90% computer-generated trash. It didn't seem like that to me, really, honestly.
It wasn't really computer.
The original was fall on the floor hilarious. I didn't even crack a smile at this waste. The director had his head up his rear when he was making this movie because every time it shows Charlestown Chiefs owner, by the way, in the last movie, didn't they move the Chiefs to Minnesota? ? It is in a tight headshot. The whole idea of the first movie was to have fun and bring the hockey attitude out, and it did that very well. This plays out more like a D-grade drama with some poorly executed jokes stolen from the original movie. Avoid like the plague.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyways, so
anger management issues. I mean, we thought it was stupid, but man, that's an angry review.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was bad. It just wasn't like
not bad to like.
It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
Hate your life over.
I mean, I've seen 232. Anyways,
so have I.
Yeah,
both of us together. Unfortunately,
yes.
I think we kept our sanity together by watching it together.
Yes. So, I have a couple questions for you, Matt.
Yep.
Before we wrap this, before we slap this up.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I love it.
Before we slap an ending on this podcast. Yeah. Anyways, what is your favorite sports movie ever?
Oh man. Dang it. There's quite a few actually. Probably Cool Runnings.
Okay, that's
probably.
a good movie. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, I'd say mine is probably either Major League or Rudy.
Okay.
One of those two. Major League, which was very influenced by Slapshot. So,
yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, because basically Major League is like Slapshot and Bad News Bears with adults and baseball. I don't know. Anyways,
I still have Major League 3, by the way, that you let me borrow back in May.
Okay, I'll get that. That's good. That's fine. We can talk about that later. Okay. Anyways, so would you recommend Slapshot 2 Breaking the Ice?
No. I wouldn't personally, no.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those movies that maybe I'd watch if I was stuck in a cabin in the middle of the woods and this was the only DVD I had.
Like if you're Mindy St. Clair in like the medium place and that's the only movie you have.
Yes.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And the warm beer. Well, you don't drink, but like warm soda.
Yeah. Yeah, this would probably be one of my medium place movies. It's not like horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd probably be one of those things that if I watched it like 50 times, I'd eventually start to like it.
Yeah, I could see that. Like a Stockholm Syndrome type of, or a slap home syndrome, if you will.
Or it'd be like on How I Met Your Mother where they're listening to the song in the car, the I would walk 500 miles and I would walk.
Yeah.
And it's like they start to hate it and it's like, don't worry, it comes back around again. Yeah. I think that's what this movie
after
would do.
After a certain time, like you go through the cycle.
Yeah.
And then now you love it again.
Yes.
Because the tape got stuck in the tape player. Yeah. The only thing I could play.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of what this movie would be to me. Anyways, I don't think I'd ever watch it again voluntarily though. So
not as like the one we saw last week was good. The Cutting Edge 2.
Yeah.
I would watch
which
that
may or may not have aired before this or after this. We don't know what order we're airing these in. Just a little behind the scenes knowledge.
But I did like that one. I would watch that one again.
Yes.
Not as good though as like I said about if they get up to Cutting Edge 7, I want to name the title Cutting Edge 7, 7 Blades for 7 Brothers. If that's not the title, then there's something really wrong.
And then Cutting Edge 8 can be a crossover movie with the Slapshot movies.
Yeah.
And you just have the Hanson brothers as like the villains who start killing people with ice skates.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I just really want to. I think I want to make an ice hockey horror film. Anyways.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, maybe we should do that. Maybe we'll just go off and do that now, Matt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll make it right now.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Anyways, we're going to go break into an arena and make this movie. And so it'll be called Slapshot 7, the Hanson Slap Back. And and maybe we'll get the band Hanson to do the soundtrack to it.
Sure.
Yes. And then right now in an bop, we're going to be gone. So we're okay. Make sure you follow us on social media and all that good stuff. And yep. I have been Michael E. Cullen II.
I have been Matthew Haas.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Haas. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.